Lonesome George, and Lonesome George was a Galapagos turtle. Out past the kitchen, solar flares turn rooftops to genome maps. There are tiger pools in the dishwasher. Sink, spoon, newlyweds teethe on one another's factory labels. Satellites draw vectors for street lamps. Nothing is predicated on anything. In the fridge, polar caps endanger asparagus. Freon fracking shudders the coils under the freezer's bald mantle. Shuttered clothes dryers declare their sexuality. Tomato cans rust. Every lost bolt is a caged tortoise. How many species were discovered in 1972? There's no answer we can believe in. Every cutlass has been wrecked or pickled. That weird dude on the sidewalk could be your dad. Every cloud is a bored ocean. Every teenage feeling is Keats all over again. Our linoleum thunderheads won't break until we turn our strawberries into cardinals. This next poem. This poem is called What We Thought, and it steals, more or less steals a line from the American poet Matthew Zapruder. Do you know Matthew Zapruder? His most recent book, Come On All You Ghosts, I think it's that one, has this line that I've kind of stolen, and I won't tell you the line, because you'll think it's mine now. What we thought. You put on the first album you ever bought, and the pastel map turns dusty. Remember that cusp where the song dips down into silence? Can that take us to the Sunday school basement where Judas or Peter dies, so they lay his felt effigy sideways on the green board and raise triumphant above their pinkish hands a radiant red-headed Christ? None of them have heard of Palestine. Next door, the Country Mile Railroad leads to shows, a visiting Methodist choir, a visiting Presbyterian missionary, a visiting troupe of men in cork, their old-time stump speeches unsure how creaking clippers got retired from the sea. It's best to understand we were kids, that we built dangerous forts out of bent plexiglass, climbed green quarry walls, trudged over nuclear waste mountains to school every morning and only ever knew cowboys and Indians. The genteel townsfolk still used the word Negro then. We lumped it in with our other translations for foreigner. Wayne Gretzky had grown up next door, and damn, he was Polish, we thought. Not a single one of us knew Grant Fuhrer wasn't German. In that Alice Munro story written before we were born, they cram into the crumbling town hall to stare at the black Africans and wring their hands with pleasure when they sing so authentically. Somewhere in 1979, that's still happening in small-town Ontario. It might be still. We were made to read their stories, though not as though they mattered. Our fathers worked with them, lowering steel into the underworld of smelters. They called them strong, but didn't elaborate. How we've ever found the names for things I'll never know. Somewhere I ride my first 33 1/3 RPMs down the angry Appalachians all the way to the muddy south where the needle hits its vinyl edge, then goes to sleep in its silent, salted cradle.